Hey there, YouTube. I just wanted to make a video highlighting my top 5 resources to study calculus and to do well in classes. I just want to start off by saying that this might be a longer video, and I want to make it a point to have like a short version of the video at the beginning so that people that don't really care too much about the details can just go ahead and skip everything. So the way I'm going to do it with this video is I'm just going to put the links to everything at the bottom, and then you can just check each resource out on your own and determine whether you like it or not. But anyway, I'm going to go into detail on everything and tell you why it helped me and how, and if you think that you're like me, then maybe you can like get the same from the resources that I did. So anyway, these are not in any particular order, but I think Professor Leonard might be my favorite. I've literally recommended him to like everyone in everywhere. He really is great. He's an amazing professor. A little thing about him that I think scares people away, because I've recommended him to so many people, but I don't think anyone's actually taken the time to watch him, is that his videos, I don't think I'm gonna get, okay, I got an ad. But you can see here, his videos are like 2 hours, like 3 hours, like he has really long videos. I think some are even 4. And the reason for that is because he's a real professor. Like, he teaches at a college, and so at least for the videos I've seen, which is these, he just records his lectures. So he's just teaching a college class, records it, posts it online, and so that's why they're so long. I think these might be shorter. I'm not sure. I've never seen them, but they're all like hours long. If you're scared of that, he actually has a point in the video. I'm gonna try to show you. He has a point in the video where he'll go to the camera because he's finishing a lecture. Let me see where he changes his shirt. Well, anyway. Oh, that looked like it. Okay. Go back. Usually, I mean, just when he changes his shirt. But yeah, right here. That means he's ending the session, right? So you can just watch up to that and then be done for the day and then watch the next part. It's basically you're watching a lecture, right? You don't have to sit through like 3 hours of a video. I usually do, but he's just great. He actually makes it interesting. Like, for example, in Calculus 2, there's a video where we were talking about integrals, and he actually shows you like real world examples and stuff, but he showed an example of how mathematicians got the formula for the volume of the sphere, which is 4/3 pi r cubed, I believe. And he shows you, like, he proves like how they got it. And to me, that was just incredible. Like, we're doing the same work that mathematicians were doing to get like the the volumes for formula. Formulas for volume, sorry. And it was just incredible to me. Like, when you're learning the formulas, you don't think about it, but then you get to this level and you're actually seeing how they're done and like doing it with him. It just helped me learn because he makes it interesting and does so many examples, and he walks through everything. At times it might be a little slow, so I sometimes speed it up, like on the bottom right where you can speed up videos. But yeah, he's incredible. I recommend him to everyone. If the length really scares you too much, there's this guy, patrickJMT. He's also really, really good, and his videos are really short. I would recommend them more for cramming instead of like sitting. Like, if you have time, I really would say Professor Leonard, but if you don't have time and need to cram, I would say patrickJMT. And the only reason I say he's for cramming is because, in my opinion, when I watch his videos, I don't really remember anything. Like, I'll remember it for like a day or two in max. Professor Leonard, I'll remember it for a while, especially if I'm taking notes with the class. But this guy, he's really, really good too, and he does examples and stuff as well, but just not as much. So, at least for me, it doesn't stay. Like, I don't retain the information as well. But if you do retain information better than I do, then yeah, you can just watch this guy. You'll be good. The third resource, this one I really like a lot, mostly because of the practice problems. But if you're the type of person that doesn't like just watching videos and needs to read notes, there's also really good notes here. I've read them before. But my favorite part is the practice problems. So he has practice problems for everything, and then they come with the solutions, which to me is the most important part. I don't like doing practice problems if I don't have the solution, because then I don't know if I'm right. So this one's really, really good. This one I think is a little less traditional, but it's called Anki, and it's basically like Quizlet. If you don't know what that is, it's flashcards. So it's for memorization. And you might be thinking, like, how does memorization help me with calculus? But first of all, there's formulas that you're going to need to memorize. Some professors require you to memorize derivatives and integrals, so you need to memorize those as well to use this. And also, if you haven't, like, there's small things that you need to, like, recognize when you're doing derivatives or integrals. And if you don't remember to recognize that, you're going to get it wrong. So I write myself like little rules and stuff to memorize, maybe even little problems. Once you get into Anki, like if you do create, like if you work creatively, you can like create like really powerful, it's a powerful tool. And if you use it wisely, it'll help you a lot. Right now I started fresh for the new semester, so it's just derivative or integrals and derivatives. I have a tutorial on how to make them like this, so if you need help, check it out. But this one's very useful. It's a little time consuming, so you need to be driven and dedicated to getting that good grade, but I think it's worth it. The last for my top 5 list is called LaTeX. This is just a LaTeX editor, Texmaker, I guess. Basically what I use it for is to create exams. This is just an example. It looks kind of scary, and I'll probably create a tutorial on how to make an exam. It really isn't hard, just time consuming, which is why this one I don't think many people would do, because it takes a very long time to create this. And some people might just like make themselves an exam on paper. But basically the point I'm trying to make is that you make yourself a practice exam, and then you do the practice exam and to study for your actual exam. The way I did it, which is very, very time consuming, but I really wanted an A, is from my notes, because I took very good notes. I made an exam, which this one's like, the number's wrong, but it's like over 200 questions long. It's only wrong, anyway, it's wrong. And then I wrote myself some rules and like special cases and stuff to study. But I just wrote down every single example in my notebook. I made an exam out of it, took that exam a day before my real exam, and I got a 100 on my actual exam. So making yourself an exam, I think, even though it's extremely time consuming, it's probably like one of the best, if not the best, way to study for an exam. So those are our top 5 ways. These are just honorable mentions. I haven't used all of these, but some I have touched a little bit or touched upon, so I'll just talk about them a little. So 3 Blue 1 Brown, he's very popular in the mathematics YouTube area, I would say. His videos are really, really good, especially these. I've watched them, but I wouldn't recommend them like you just watch these alone, like, because this isn't like examples. Like, this won't help you get a good grade on an exam, I mean, as much as other things would. But I think they're worth a watch because it helps you understand like the why and how, and it'll make calculus more interesting in my opinion. Then I would say you can try to find online courses for free. This is just one of like thousands out there. So what I would say is you can like maybe the summer before or the winter break before, you could take a free calculus course, and then when it's time to take the real course, you would already pretty much know everything, and then it'll be much easier and you can breeze by. This one, I don't know what it is, but I've seen people recommend it before. It seems like another website with notes and stuff, but I've never used it, but I'll put it in the description. These, I watched I think a couple of them. These are just video lectures from MIT, so it's another professor doing lectures. It's from 2006, it's a little older, but it's still very good material, especially the final review. I remember this helped me. More video lectures from MIT. These have the good thing about this one, though, as well. It's not the lectures, but there's exams and assignments, and then these have the solutions with them, so that helps a lot as well. If you don't want to make yourself an exam, you can just use these, or just online. Honestly, if you Google like Calculus 1 practice exam, or even exams, like lots of schools publish them. So obviously I had to include Khan Academy here. Everyone knows Khan Academy. They have really good videos, really good stuff. I never used it for calculus, but I've used it for physics, and it helped me a lot. So I just imagine the calculus one is good as well. And then last but not least, Organic Chemistry Tutor. I've used him for physics and chemistry, never calculus, but he was really good for those two subjects, so I imagine he's good for these as well. So I just wanted to include him. And so yeah, these were the study resources that I think could be helpful.